RV owners, a frequent complaint that I hear all the time about RVs is that the air conditioners are just too loud, and one that I deal with quite a bit on service calls is that they're not very efficient. You're not getting enough air to the bedroom, not getting enough to the front. It's just not pushing it through the ducts like it should. Well, I'm here to tell you that there are some solutions to that, and today we're going to be testing one hands-on with some actual readings and numbers to see how much of a difference it really makes. Now, the loud droning noise can really kill the vibe camping, and so can a really hot room, so today we're going to be solving that with RV airflow systems. RV airflow systems is an insert that's going to go into your air conditioner to help it run more efficiently, and as an added bonus, it's also going to quiet it down quite a bit. We're going to be testing that with a decibel meter, and we're going to be testing the flow coming out of the ducts with a wind meter. Anemometer? I'm probably saying that wrong. It's a tool I don't really use often. This guy is going to measure how much oomph we have coming out of those ducts to see if that thing's really making a difference. So first things first, we're going to get it out of the way. We are going to be using a decibel reading app. It's probably not the most accurate, but it will at least show me the difference. This decibel meter is something I just don't have. So we're going to turn this air conditioner on high, and right below it, we're going to get a reading, see what it says, and we're also going to test the ducts, see what they say, see how much air is flowing through them. We're going to install the RV airflow, and we'll come back and do those same tests again and see how much those numbers really changed. Air conditioner is on high, and when I close my mouth, you will see we will settle down at about 60. Between 58 and 60, it floats around. Again, that's probably not super accurate, but we're going to see what the difference is that this is reading. We know we have about 60 decibels in here right underneath the air conditioner. Let's do some airspeed tests and see what's coming out of the ducts. I'm going to test the one the closest to it, and I'm going to test the one the farthest from it. Now, we're going to measure this in feet per minute and not miles per hour. This particular meter apparently does not do CFM, but we're going to see the airspeed coming out because supposedly what they increase. 914 feet per minute seems to be where it wants to kind of settle down at in this spot right here. So that's 914 feet per minute for the closest vent. And for the farthest vent, I have about 620. And that's about where it wants to rest at. So 620 for the furthest vent. So we have our numbers before the install for our control group. Let's get this thing installed, and then we'll do those numbers again and see how much changed. And I'm going to note before we get this thing installed that when you pull it out, it seems like it's just styrofoam. Because it is, but this is not your average styrofoam. This is a very high quality styrofoam, as you will feel when you pick these things up. They are solid. This is not like packing foam that you find in a package. But this is really all it is. It's taking the air from the AC and forcing it into the ducts, evenly distributing it with a nice swoop inside there that's going to make it a lot more efficient, allegedly. Now, this is not going to be a full install. I kind of showed you guys taking it apart there because all air conditioners are going to be a little bit different. The divider is going to be different. You have to order these based on your model. Now, doing the assembly on this one or installation on this one, I do want to stop and note that the instructions and video instructions that you can get for each one of these is super easy. This is definitely very DIY if you have the tools and the know-how, you know, opening up the air conditioner and you're not afraid to do it. But, you know, even their measuring process, and, you know, they have a card inside here that says if it doesn't fit, they even give you like a measuring tape here so that you can send them the measurements they need to determine if you need a different model or something like that. So, pretty impressed with, you know, the overall instructions and how they put things together. That's really important to me. Documentation is huge when it comes to products, so I do want to stop and give them some credit there so far. Now, one thing I will say that's not necessarily covered in the instructions that you should do is I'm going to tape off, and don't mind my wrinkles, I'm not the fanciest taper. I'm going to tape off everything to make sure that no air leaks by. They do have some foam gaskets, but these ceiling openings are never cut all equally and never right. You may end up with a small gap, and any bit of air transfer is going to lead to being less efficient. So I am just big about taping everything up. Even though this is meant to, you know, avoid the whole damn situation, I still like to do that. I mean, apparently they do too, because they mentioned that if the taping inside the air conditioner cavity along the walls is not done well, that you should tape it up. And they give you a pretty big roll of ductwork tape, HVAC tape, whatever you want to call it, so that you can do that, and you're even left with a bunch of extra. So if you want to follow my tip there and seal around the entire thing and make sure air can't leak, you got it. You got it in the box to do it. So I'm going to get this thing back together here real quick, and we will do our final test and see if this thing really did make a difference. There we go. We got the RV airflow system installed, AC shrouds all put back together. Now let's run it again and see what we got. Sound wise, I'm kind of still pinging around the same. 3 decibels less, maybe. Again, let's not even include that because I'm just using an app. It's not like a precision tool. But if anything, it did decrease by 3 decibels. Now, just standing here, I already know my answer on this vent because I can feel it. It's a night and day difference. Can you hear this thing spooling up? That's at 2,100 feet per minute. So if we were averaging, what was it, 900 to 1,000, the number moves around everywhere because it's not going to be perfect. Let's say we doubled our airflow here. Again, just sitting here, I don't know if my mic can hear the fan spinning inside this tool right now. So we're already winning. Now let's see if we fix the issue with her bedroom not getting enough cold air and see what we're reading back here. Now, if I recall, we were reading about 600 before. I'll put the number right there. And let's see what we have now. 624 is what I'm at back here. I did just have it at like 640, but we'll say it's resting at like 624. Every time you move it, it messes up the reading. There's 630. So back here, not nearly as much, but let's talk about why and what we can do as a solution. Now, ultimately, I already informed her of one of her big issues. You have 2 ducts coming out of the air conditioner, and on one side of the air conditioner, there's just that 1 duct. That's the one we were getting 2,100 out of. The other side, out of this duct coming out of the air conditioner, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if we divide the 2,100, roughly 2,000 coming out of that vent by 4, it all equals to where these all should have about 500 if they're balanced out. Now, what I should have done is also check these so we can see what notable improvements we have there. But either way, we've kind of figured out what's going on. And I did explain to her this vent being on its own is not that big of a deal because it is right by the entry door trying to battle some of the heat coming in as you're going in and out. So my recommendation to her was to leave this as it is, and what we're going to do is install a damper style vent on this vent right here. So at nighttime when she's trying to cool the bedroom, she can actually close this particular vent. You can buy those. I personally 3D print them for my customers because they cost me all of like 50 cents to 3D print. So however you get them, if you have a similar issue where you have more ducts on one side than the other, use a damper on some of them, especially if you have like that one bathroom vent that's just way too cold in the bathroom. You want to dampen that a bit. And if you want to figure out how many vents are on each row, they're going to run in a row and they're going to be on either side of the air conditioner. So again, on this side of the air conditioner, I have all these vents going back, total of 4. And on this side of the air conditioner, I have just this one. So obviously it's going to be a little imbalanced. And to help with that, again, just to clarify, this one, where we only have 1 on this side, is where we would want to reduce the flow. Because if we were to cover this up, I guarantee you we're going to see much higher numbers out of those vents over there because we're restricting some of the flow here. Air is going to take the path of least resistance. This is the closest and most open place for it to go. Of course it's going to go there, but the readings you're going to get are going to be split between those 4. So don't underestimate the dampers. I don't know why they don't just come from factory, especially with the heat. How many of you guys have extremely hot bathrooms, but the rest of the coach isn't very warm? So to wrap everything up, I like this product. I did a video with one of the guys from them when I was at the Alliance Rally last year. Really liked the product. He had a lot of good to say. They had a lot of numbers and a lot of big claims, but after installing a few different brands of these, the RV Airflow is absolutely my favorite one. I wanted to finally get some results on paper so that we can see what I got and not just what the company advertises. And there's definitely clear as day results here, especially in the airflow. Sound-wise, again, I don't want to knock them on that because I'm using a phone app to measure it, so I almost shouldn't have even included that. But I will say it did decrease the sound, just not as much as I think some people make it out to be. But this also isn't the one that advertises that it's an airflow silencer. There's another product for that, but I think more cold air is a little more important for us. So RV airflow systems, definitely gets the stamp of approval. Again, this is not paid for, sponsored. I'm not affiliated with this company in any way. This product was bought by my customer, installed by me at full price. I received no compensation for this video whatsoever, but I am going to go ahead and say that this is definitely worth every penny, especially for those of you who are living full-time in your RV or doing a lot of summer camping trying to stay cool. If you guys want to see some more tech tips, tricks, and even some tours in RVs like this one, make sure you guys are pressing that subscribe button.